Good morning, everyone. Welcome to a new practice session on SolidWorks. Today's practice, it is the drawing you see on the right side of my screen. It is a very simple, very good for practice. If you are beginner or even intermediate, you will see many features. Okay, let's just dive in then. I would start by drawing the base part and then add the cylinder and the remaining features. As I usually do, I prefer to, or in a single sketch, apply many entities, and then afterward I will just apply the features on the same sketch. So we will do the same. I start with selecting the top plane and do the sketch on it. Select a square from the center, a rectangle from the center with 120 plus 30, and the width will be 100 millimeters. Okay, I added on the same sketch the inner cylinder and the outermost cylinder. Those two, they have, the inner one has 50 millimeters and the outermost one 65 millimeters. Okay, now I add the edges, I rounded the edges, put a fillet of 15 millimeter into those four edges. It is something we could have done as a feature after drawing the rectangle, add the feature, but I can also do that on the sketch, which I prefer. Okay, and the last entity, it is this circle that after we will pattern. This one has a diameter of what's the diameter of 10 millimeters, no, 20 millimeters, sorry. Here it is stated radius 10 millimeters, so the diameter will be 20 millimeters. Okay, for this sketch it is done. I can exit and apply the feature. On the same sketch I will apply different features, so I select the sketch and go first with the extruded boss of width 12 millimeters. In the selected contour, I first clear and select the region of extrusion. And press OK. Now, with the same sketch selected, I will extrude the cylinder part. I remove this sketch and I select the region of the cylinder and I put its height, which is 82 millimeters. This one is done. Okay, now I remove this hole. Same procedure, I select the sketch, but this time I select the extruded cut and I select my circle and I put it through all. Okay, now I will add a pattern, a linear pattern from the X and the Y direction, or X and Y direction. Select linear pattern. The first direction, I select any edge on this, on my item, on my piece. I have to reverse the direction of the pattern because it goes from the left to the right. So I click on this arrow, or I can click on the arrow itself on the interface to change direction. Okay, it is two entities and they are both distant 70 millimeters.
In the second direction, I also select an edge. Okay, the arrow, it is in the right direction and they are distant of 120 millimeter. Now I select the feature to be patterned. It is the cut I've recently done. As you can see, there's a preview of how the remaining holes will be positioned on my item. They are alright. I click OK and I exit. Now it's done. Now I will add the rib, those ribs, and also the pattern of those, the circular pattern of those ribs. Okay, first of all, I have to draw the sketch for the rib. This will be done on the right plane. I will just need to draw a single line and apply the relationships and dimensions. That rib, it is height 30 millimeters, as you can see here, and it has an angle of 60 degrees with respect to the horizontal surface, horizontal axis. Okay, my sketch is fully defined. All the end point of the line lies on the cylinder and on the base. They are fully defined. You can see the relationship. Now I exit and I go to feature. I select the rib feature. Automatically, SolidWorks will give you a preview and a direction of the rib. So I will just have to add the dimensions. Okay, the width, it is 7 millimeter, and then I press OK. Fine. Another powerful tool is like when you draw a rib from a cylinder surface, SolidWorks automatically knows that you are on the cylinder surface. So by doing the rib, it will automatically fill the hole and all the gap to fully define your rib. So you don't have to do any other sketches or apply function whatsoever to complete your rib. Okay, now I apply the circular pattern of the rib. The direction, I have to select an axis of revolution. In this case, it will be the axis of this cylinder. So I have to show it first, go into this eye icon and make the temporary axis shown. Now I can select the axis of the cylinder as it mentioned here. I select the number of revolutions, 6, and the degree around the degree of revolution. The feature, it is my rib. I select the rib and I have the preview of the pattern. Press OK, and that's it. Now I can hide the temporary axis because I don't need them anymore. The few last thing will be those two pieces to add. Okay, I will draw them from this top surface of the cylinder. Now okay, I will need also construction line in order to apply the symmetries. Okay, now I am applying the making the relationships and the dimensions as well. Symmetric. Symmetric as well.
I put the dimension. This one is 40 millimeters. Okay, the gap, it is 4 millimeters. Okay, I need to convert entities. This entity, these entities. Okay, now another dimension. Okay, from the center I need to add this distance, 55 millimeters. Correct. Now I have to trim the entities I don't need. I don't need this one. 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 Okay. There's some, oh, this, the symmetry has been removed, so I need to put it back. Okay, what's the problem? Ah, the distance has been removed. The gap is 4 millimeters. Okay, I have a fully defined sketch. Now I will apply different end function on this sketch. First of all, it will be the extrusion and then the cuts to apply to put the gap between those two entities. So as region, uh, the height, it is 30 millimeter. Okay, and with the same sketch, I cut this place 30 millimeter as well. Fine, the last thing to apply on this will be the fillets. Okay, the fillets, it is written there, fillets, they all have 2 millimeters radius. Very simple. And now I can choose to select one line or one edge, and I select the edge, and then I have these options that's telling me the other edges I can apply on the fly. So, and there's also a preview on all the edges that will be applied. All edges, yeah, I select all edges. Automatically SolidWorks fill this area with all the edges. I will just, even if it's not shown on the drawer, I see that I will not put at the bottom face. I will remove the edges. On this one you can see that there is no edges shown, so I also assume that with all these other cylinders I don't have edges fillet on the bottom of the edge of the hole. So I will try to remove carefully all the edges that lie on the button. Okay, I hope I've done everything. Okay. Okay, now it's done. With this method, you see how you can add different edges on the fly to apply to apply the fillet on. So here is it. I finished with this drawing. I hope you have liked it. So subscribe, give a thumbs up, and for any doubt, put it in the comment section. Thank you.